6.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Roethlisberger on first down. A dump off to Sims. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And Brate, the tight end's got it. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now Sims. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Carry for a former Falcon, Jaquiz Rogers. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They'll run here with Sims. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a second and 11. They'll run it again with Sims. And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They will run again with Coleman. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. This will be taken at the 10. So possession goes over here on the punt, and possession will switch hands, first and 10. So out come the Bucs now. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about it. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Sims. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. And the wideout in motion. On third down, Roethlisberger. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Now they run with Sims. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. That one now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Panthers. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 3rd down, that's Sims, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along, or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going. And really, the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Keith Tandy. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Again, they run with Sims. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, the defense is trying to establish who they are. But on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are. And that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And here now come the Falcons. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big boys down there in the trenches and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
On 3rd down, Ryan looking deep for Gabriel. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now the 6-year man from Cal, Brian Anger, on to kick, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Around the NFL, we've got a 2nd quarter score. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
throw on third down. It's caught. Jones. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. A phrase we said a lot last year. Ryan to Jones for a Falcon first down. Throwing now. Ryan on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now Ryan on second down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Here's Matt Bosher now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He's going to let it, and he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On the ground, the drive starts with Sims. Space to maneuver at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? The second quarter score from Cincinnati, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him 3 on the play, and it's a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Coleman. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Ryan. Shedding through the... And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Buccaneers will take over at the 20. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points. And
break this tie. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And down he'll go at the 25. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Here's Coleman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Floating one, incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Now Matt Bryant, who spent 4 seasons in a Buccaneer uniform. From the left hash, this from 34. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So they had great field position, but a three-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a three-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
And to give this time to the tailback. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. And it's the Jets who are leading in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. To throw is Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
To throw on 3rd down, Ryan underneath for Miller. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 6 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Gets past one man. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And the drive begins here with Sims. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now Ben on 3rd and long. He's got Evans. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now they try the right side here. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, it's Sims. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Jackson's got it over the middle. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deshaun Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
11 yards for number 11.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll toss it to Coleman. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Nick Perry from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. So they're operating in the red zone. On 3rd down, it's Sims. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And that one pretty well wrapped up. The Bengals growing the lead even further. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. And to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On third down, it's Sims. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And folks, kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation.
And got his man complete. A gain of 39 that time.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Keith Tandy.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Roethlisberger dropping to a knee, and that ought to do it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bucs, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everybody.